Hey there, Virgo. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I was sitting here shuffling and meditating, and a card came out, so I decided to start the reading. Thank you for being here. Sorry. So let's see. This is a reading for Virgo for June 2020. So on June 5th is a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius. And on June 21st is a new moon in Cancer, and that's on the solstice. So thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing really well. We're moving out of Gemini into Cancer at the end of the month, or at the solstice, actually. Okay, that one card came out easily. Let's see it. Let's take this one. They're kind of turning sideways. That's the bottom. Well, let's do that one. The World. Beautiful. Beautiful card. So you may have someone that is hitting some sort of milestone. So you may have someone graduating from any grade. I mean, I guess my son was supposed to have an 8th grade graduation. That's right. He wasn't looking forward to it. So we just kind of forgot about it. But yeah, wow. I feel so bad for graduating high school seniors. That's just to miss the whole end of their senior year. That's so tough. I have compassion. Wow. I don't know. I'm like having trouble getting my words out, and it's like very early in the morning. So the World. So yeah, graduations, culmination, like a milestone, a wrapping up of one part of your life. So starting a new job, bringing a baby, finding you're pregnant, like any of those big types of things where you start a new chapter. Like, okay, this is a new chapter. We're not just going through the same old thing. It's a very positive card. It's not. I mean, it just kind of is. Like you graduate from high school and you're done high school. Like it's just. I guess people can put because of their own experiences whether that's good or bad, but it's just kind of. It just is and is. But of course, this could be internal. This could be you putting an end to pining. We'll look at the other cards. I don't know, pining over someone or obsessing about something that happened in the past and not really having let it go, but really letting it go with this eclipse, on June 5th, it does eclipse things out of our lives, right? So what do you need to get rid of? That's always something good to think about, and write that down, and do some sort of ceremony, and just in the sense like I'm releasing this and burning it or burying it to try to really get it out of your head. Like, yeah, I'm over that too. No, let's really make a conscious effort to get rid of that. I find that helps me. Ooh, the Wish card. Well, that's awfully nice. The World. Wow. Maybe you're really getting into climate change or activism because you wish you want to change the world. That's a specific message. So I want to see what the other cards are because the that was the one that came out. Okay, 3 of Swords. So there is that relationship thing I was picking up on, where there's been a breakup and it's hard. It's really hard, and it can take a really long time, like years even sometimes, to let go of, especially if you felt wronged or cheated on or mistreated. It can be really hard to truly let that go and let go of that resentment, because that becomes part of your story and we don't even realize it, but we bring that to the table of new relationships, or we bring it to all of our relationships. Everyone does. So everyone's bringing, I just saw 444, everyone's bringing their own story and being triggered and reacting, and it's almost like we're being triggered and reacting to our internal story. Sure, of course, sometimes it's the other person, of course, but lots of times our reaction might be stronger than the reality of the situation warrants because that person probably is just thinking about their own shit and not really thinking about you at all, right? I think that's the thing we do. This is going to require a change in thinking, a shift in perspective. I think you're going to consciously have to say, because maybe it's that one of those things where you're like, I'm over them, but you're still keeping up on social media. So really deleting these people. And then we get into the story, but they're a friend. I care about them. Maybe in the future, if you're spending a lot of time keeping tabs on this person, and you're not really facing life and open to new life and new experiences and new things, you're still in a one-sided relationship with that person, I think, on some level, right? Or there's cord cutting around that eclipse would be a really good thing for you to do. Just anytime I've done a cord cutting, it's weird. Somehow that person either tries to contact me, or like someone I know, like a mutual person, all of a sudden brings them up and has to give me news. And it's like, you know what? Thank you, but I would prefer, unless it's something, I don't know, catastrophic that you really think I need to know about. I don't need to know the gossip around this person. Like, it's just not of importance. Because think about, you're still giving your power away to someone. You're still allowing this person that you're supposedly over, or whatever, they're a jerk, I don't care about them. You're still putting time and energy into it, right? So that's the thing. And it's so hard because I still ruminate over shit that happened fucking decades ago. It's so infuriating. And then I like hate myself about it. I'm like, could we just stop the whole shame, hateful internal spiral, Jen? And like, be nice to yourself, because you would never do this or even thinking about someone else. So why do you do it to yourself? So really letting go of this hurt, this wound. And I'm not saying it's something that, sure, it's easy, just let it go and whatever, but you have to start thinking of it in that way instead of oh no, I don't think about him. Block and delete. Stop following them. Stop following friends that, maybe tell a friend if they're really still a good friend, if they're someone you want to, sorry, I'm squeaking on my chair because I'm trying to adjust my foot. I wonder if that was very loud. Maybe you need to, like, I almost feel like someone watching this maybe is still sort of friends, to still have an in, to still be able to hear what's going on. I don't know. But I think social media really like make a commitment to yourself to stop. Because it's surprising, like, I'll have accounts, even people that I don't even have a relationship with, or literally I don't know, where I find myself watching these accounts and I don't really like them for whatever reason. And at least I'm not one of those people that leaves nasty comments. I don't understand why people watch things and leave nasty comments. It's like, why are you watching it? Just stop following. And like, unless, I mean, And one day I'm like, this person just doesn't click with me. And I'm like, why am I even following them? And it's like, I don't have any animosity. It just like, for some reason, the vibe wasn't doing it for me. And so I just stopped following him. And then, like, I don't even remember who I was following. It was someone I used to watch their stories like every day. I don't know. It's odd. So, so what is this wish coming in? I think, I don't know if you could be wishing you could be back with them, or what I think a lot of times too, I know I do, I get hung up on the honeymoon period of a relationship and the fun things. I don't know what a therapist would say about this, but I think you need to focus on how shit ended and the bad times, because not everyone's bad all the time, but that's a good barometer. And to try to remember these things. I had a boyfriend when I was young, and we did so many fun things, but he he would always just turn on me with literally out of nowhere and just start like laying into me or yelling at me. He was abusive. I mean, there's just the bottom line. He was toxic and abusive. And I was young, and I'd break up, and we probably broke up. I broke up with him a few times before it really stuck, because he would come back. Be careful about the ones that come back. Maybe you're really wishing for them to come back, and here they're coming back, this is words telling you all the great things they're going to do, but you have to really make sure. I mean, I'm totally against going back to people, even, but I had to learn that lesson myself, so I get it. Because it's just a waste of time. They're not going to change. So this is the person that tells you everything you hear, everything you've dreamed of hearing, but it's all bullshit. And maybe their behavior seems better for a little bit, but then before you know it, you're slipped right back into the old routine of negativity. But I think, so it's going to require a change in thinking for you, though, and to really say, okay, I'm going to pay attention to people's actions and see if their actions and words make sense. They actually match. So be careful for people flying. Oh, there is a retrograde, Mercury retrograde, I think, in June. People flying back in, telling you everything you want to hear. I want to pull a couple more cards, which I haven't done for other people, but let's see where we're going from here, because I get that pattern and cycle that some of you are stuck in, but I want to see how to move forward, but besides just recognizing it and releasing it. Just want another card. This one. The Star. Healing. Looking forward again. Being hopeful again. Look at that, the Star and the Nine of Cups, right? That's awfully nice. So maybe after a bad breakup, you are starting to think about what it would be like to be with someone again. And this time there has to be the give and take. You gave too much, you did too much, and they just took and took and took. And it's exhausting, right? And the Six of Pentacles, and you don't understand because you did so much for them and sacrificed so much. How can they? Sometimes people's behavior is so shocking, you're in denial about it because you can't process that someone could actually think that way. Right? I remember, this is embarrassing to admit, but I got married, and I was very quickly divorced. Because, anyway, we won't get into it. But at one point I said, why don't you ever help clean around the house? You were always very clean at your house. Well, and he said, well, I just did it until I didn't have to do it anymore. I was like, I married someone who thinks like the girl's supposed to do all the housework. I also did all the outside work too. But, I have to say now that is on me, because I assumed as well that he wasn't an asshole. But he was. So you want someone that's going to communicate and be upfront, and we're going to figure things out. And, not every relationship's going to be 50-50, and certainly not 50-50 all the time. But you have to have a partner that's equally as committed to how much you're committed. It could be a water sign coming in. This is also someone who's not emotionally manipulative. This is someone who's not emotionally cut off. So someone who can share their emotions and tell you how they feel and communicate them well. So someone with emotional intelligence. That's where your head is. What's at the bottom? The Nine of Cups. Yeah, so you will find that dream, that dream person. You will find it. But look she's like surrendering, and this is the new moon, so that's June 21st, right? The solstice. So that could be a real turning point for you as well. So releasing at the new moon, the full moon on the 5th, and then what are you drawing towards you? Ooh, I'm glad I pulled some more cards. Did I say I was doing Gemini? I'm doing Virgo. I hope I didn't say. I know this is Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Actually, I forgot what sign I was doing, but I did Gemini before, so I'm hoping I didn't say Gemini. So Virgo, thank you very, very, very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.